A social story. This Navaratri, Garba and Dandiya celebrations have come under the scanner with restrictions in several states of the country. In Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, specifically, Veera, organizers have been told to keep Garba and Dandiya events for Hindus only, with some even calling for separate gatherings for men and women or locking out what they call unwanted entrants. Now, in Maharashtra, the VHP or the Vishwa Hindu Parishad has claimed that Muslim men attend Garba events only to harass Hindu women, insisting that those with devotion are welcome and that this is not entertainment.
It's a virulent enforcement of religion on the festive spirit, many would argue, and many have questioned if it goes against that inclusive spirit of Hindu festivals, the beauty of them in many ways. In fact, Maharashtra BJP MLA Nitish Rane claimed that there is no reason for Muslims to join the Garba if not out of devotion. What has traditionally been a cultural and festive celebration is being turned into a stage for exclusion and suspicion. The debate has quickly shifted, Vasudha, from dance, devotion, merry and that spirit to question of religion, politics, identity and access.
You know, the infuriating part, Veera, is also about the fact that a lot of this protecting religion becomes about women's safety, and that is something I really want to talk about. Tehseen Poonawalla, analyst, author, joins us. Also, Rahul Ishwar is there with us. He's also an analyst. Thank you both of you for being part of this broadcast. Tehseen is here with me in the studio. Tehseen, how do you think the society must address something like this? These are young people. They are not going to do something without really thinking about it.
Thank you. First of all, happy Navaratri to all the NDTV viewers. Garba is dancing till you drop, not dropping IDs at the BJP's bouncer squads. And Nitish Rane, he should be in the teenage squad, not even in the bouncer squad. And I'm not making fun of him, I'm making fun of his IQ. Otherwise, he might get offended about some things. But look, here's the thing. Women don't need us men to protect them, right? Women like you, and no, women are ourselves, are stronger, are better. And what is Navaratri about? It's about celebrating the Devi. It's about celebrating the inherent strength and the Shakti of you women. Why do you need men to make rules? Women can have a great time. Men can be there. It can be about festivities. It can be about religion. It can be about culture. And again, India is such a diverse country. Can I just tell you, I'm an Aga Khani Muslim. We have something called a Jamaat Khan, which is a mosque. Outside we play Garba and Dandiya. So it's, this idea that it's restricted to religion. In Pune, where I come from, for Ganpati, you have several Muslims who have Ganesh mandals, it's pandals are called. Where my friend Rahul Ishwar comes from, there is a mosque before the Sabrimala temple. You know this, you're from Kerala. Can we stop having the VHP and the BJP behave like bouncers for Hindu women? Hindu women don't need the BJP to defend them. They don't need the VHP to defend them. They certainly don't need Nitish Rane to defend them. Nitish Rane should take care of himself.
Okay, Rahul Ishwar there. Would you like to respond to that?
So, as Tehseen ji rightly said, we belong to a culture where crores of Hindus go to a mosque. Ayyappa's, or Swami Ayyappa's best friend was a Muslim called Vavar. We go to his mosque, and en route there is a church. They had a common friend called Arthangal Velitha. So it's a basilica right now. So we go there, offer our respect, and then go to the temple. We need to have such inclusive situations. And some of you may be surprised to know that Tehseen ji is an expert, and he is an erudite person in Tantra and the other systems. He has studied in depth, and that's something really good. Second, submission regarding this thing, I think we need to speak to, I'm a Hindu right-wing activist. There are many shades of Hindu right-wing activists here. Let's be very honest about it. There are hardliners, there are softliners, there are harshliners. As we see, Modi ji and Mohan Bhagwat ji has always tried to take a soft, inclusive Gandhian line. Let's talk to our brothers. Let's point out to them that we need to be inclusive, we can be a bit more soft, and there may have been some problems here or there. Let us not also be closing our eyes towards it. There may have been one or two issues.
You see, Rahul Ishwar, the problem is that while you make this point saying let's talk to them, the fact is that there is a condoning of such comments. It's not brought down with absolute categorical enforcement saying that this is absolutely unacceptable. The festive should be inclusive. It's because of the politics. It's a reflection of the politics this country is facing.
And I have personally spoken to some senior BJP leaders too. The catch-22 situation they are in is one: if they are going to take an inclusive line, they get a lot of heat from the so-called ultra right from BJP own community. If you are taking a harsh line, they are going to take heat from the other side, liberals. So it's a very tough tightrope walk for the BJP leaders. That's being the truth of it.
No, sir, it's not a tightrope walk. It's not a tightrope walk for anyone. It needs to be categorically called out. And only if you categorically call it out without any kind of an apology for it, are you going to end this kind of conversation.
Okay, Tehseen, would you like to respond? Is it important to call out? See, I have a counter view on this. I don't think the Hindu community really listens to a lot of these diktats, right? Because we do what we think is right, and young people specifically. Do you think that it needs to be called out, or it just needs to be ignored?
I think it needs to be called out for the simple reason that mainstream politicians are getting involved thinking that they'll get eyeballs. It may not be about votes, but it's about eyeballs. And we now know that attention is the most important currency, even more than oil. So it is about getting attention and those eyeballs and those 30 seconds reels that go very viral with the statements that they make. Hate can never be acceptable. Division in society can never be acceptable. If, and as Rahul rightly said, the Prime Minister's call is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Mohan Bhagwatji had a fantastic press conference. You guys covered it. He was so inclusive in his press conference. He spoke about it. I think we need to walk that. And India's goal in the next 20 years must be economic progress together. It can't be divisions. The only way to economic progress is togetherness, not through divisions.
Okay.
All right, you're saying it's only way is not through division. That's an important point, Tehseen. But then, addressing it from a larger point of view, Rahul Ishwar, I pose that question to you.
Fact.
Are you happy with the comments that have come questioning this such statements, or do you believe that much more needs to be?
No, I'll be very blunt and honest about it. I have been very active as a Hindu activist for the past 21 years. What really happens on ground is our Christian brothers have a Sunday for their satsang or coming together. Our Muslim brothers have a Friday. What happens is that our harshliners want an other on the other side. They want some kind of an imaginary enemy. So for us to consolidate, we have been telling them personally, don't try this way. They are trying, at least some of our brothers in the right wing are trying a very wrong way to create a sense of the other. No, wo aa jayega, hamara ladkiyon ko chhin lega. They are taking our land. They are taking our girls. Halal jihad ho raha hai. UPSC jihad ho raha hai. Even some of the very well-minded BJP leaders laughed off the UPSC jihad by some of our friends from the ultra-right media. So I concede that there is a ultra-right. Everyone knows that. We cannot close our eyes towards it. But no, we have to reason it out to them, make them come into a consensus. Even today in Kerala, it had a huge problem because one senior saint, badmouth Ayyappa's close Muslim friend Babar, and there is a case filed against him. Right. So the only way ahead is talk to them, be inclusive. India is.
You're making an important point. Let me take this across to Tehseen. The Tehseen. Some would argue that this conversation happened only around Hindu festivals. What about other festivals? There are such diktats that's given, and that's conveniently ignored. The fact is, the divisiveness is there everywhere, and it needs to be assaulted everywhere.
Absolutely right. The right wing in every single religion, bigots in every single group needs to be called out irrespective of identity. And to that extent, I think Hinduism is so much more tolerant that you can continuously have conversations without any repercussions as opposed to other religions. So that I completely concede with. That must be the case if people from minority faiths take place in Hindu festivals. It must be other festivals should be open for people of all faiths, and I think that by and large is happening right now. But look, it will be so bad if Falguni Pathak, on whose music we all grew up to, is restricted only to our Hindu brothers and Hindu sisters. It is, music has no religion, music has no barriers. Let us break barriers. Let religion and let festivals be an area to break barriers, not create more barriers.
Okay, but Rahul Ishwar, I have a counter question to you, because I also believe that be it Navaratris or Durga Puja, there is a Hindu element to this, right? These are Hindu festivals which have a social aspect to them. The fact that many people choose to say that these are just social traditions, is that something that also makes the society in some way suspicious?
The real fight here is between Hindu right and the so-called leftist seculars. See, we are concerned about one thing, that we don't want to de-racinate the Hindu roots. See, what happens in Karnataka, the Dasara, or what happens in Navaratri, please remember, they are Hindu festivals. Hindu festivals open for all, or Hindu festivals which are inclusive and pluralistic in nature. When I had the great privilege to inaugurate 2 Prophet Muhammad birthdays, in Kerala, they are great Muslim festivals which is open to us too. That is a greatness of them. Christmas is a Christian festival open to all. So the seculars or the self-claimed seculars want to cut the roots of it, say that it is only a social gathering. This irks us. This provokes us.
Tessin, quickly respond to
the right-wing people too.
No,
I think
Vasudha, this is
everybody
very
celebrates
interesting because this debate
25th
has brought
December.
Rahul Ishwar to the left of the right, and Tehseen Poonawalla, if I may say, to the right of the left. So interesting that, I think we're still a country of moderates eventually, at least when it comes to the spirit of discussion, hopefully.
Absolutely. Tessin, finish your point. Yeah.
Look, Christmas is something we all celebrate, irrespective of what our faith is. There are many non-Christians who go for midnight mass. So I think, and you've seen that in Kerala. So I just think we should be open enough. I don't think we should allow politicians to create hate. And I again repeat, women don't need to be protected from us men. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely, Veera. Thank you, Tehseen. Thank you, Rahul Ishwar, for joining us. Veera, I do think that Dandiya and Garba events have for long symbolized color, community and devotion. If it becomes a festival of barriers instead of bonds, then India could be losing the rhythm that we all cherish, isn't it?
I think, the only criteria for being able to attend a Dandiya should be about the ability to dance. And I don't have that ability. I'm sure you have lots of that, Vasudha, having grown up in Gujarat. But we'll take a very short break here on the Southern View. Much more when we come back.